Next to the stage. Okay, and now I need everybody to be quiet. This is serious. Yes. When I, as I said, was at this vigil, just the way the divine things work, had the pleasure of actually not meeting her then, but she just gave me a card. I took it, put it in my pocket, went about my way. The impulse came, said, you know, do the concert. I said, oh, let me see who this Esmeralda is. And so I go and I, you know, type in the website and found out that she was a mother of Andrew Williamson-Noble, who tragically took his life last year in YU. So I emailed her and was like, we have to, you know, you have to come, and we would like to more or less dedicate this night to the honor of your son. So she's going to speak, and without further ado, Esmeralda Williamson-Noble.
Hi, Neil, and everybody who's here, everybody who has volunteered and helped organize this. Thank you, and thank you for inviting me. It really is an honor and a pleasure. Well, I don't know about a pleasure, but I mean, you know what I mean, to be here. I don't think any of us need to be reminded why we're here. We all know about the wanton loss, the tragic, senseless loss of life that we have seen, that we have heard of recently. But the thing is that it's not just recently, it's every 16 minutes in the United States alone. Every 1 minute somebody attempts to take their lives. We don't like to use the word commit suicide, because commit is like they've done something wrong, they're crying. But anyway, every 1 minute somebody tries, attempts suicide, and every 16 minutes somebody dies of suicide. And my beautiful son, Andrew Williamson-Noble, jumped from the 10th floor of Bob's NYU's library last year and died. Andrew was not gay, nor was he bullied. But he suffered, I assume, because he didn't tell me beforehand or afterwards yet, that he suffered from what everybody, I think, who dies of suicide suffers from. A specific moment in time of utter darkness, of desperation, of loss of joy, of when continuing living for whatever reason is too much, and to die is a much better option. I think we could call that being the subject, being bullied by your mind. That is the fertile soil upon which suicide is. We can talk about depression, we can talk about all sorts of things, and there are people who talk about that, so I'm not going to do that, although I myself know what depression is. I want to talk about something that we need to bring in a different paradigm of health and wellness. And I liked Todd. I mean, who doesn't like Todd? I mean, fantastic. And the truth is, that is what we need to do. We need to know who we are. I mean, I'm beginning to know who I am, and I'm going to, I stand up for myself these days, and it makes me a lot happier. And had my son known that who he was, had my son known that things get better, had Tyler Clementi, Asha Brown, and all the others known that, yes, we do go down, we're covered in crap a lot of the time, but you know what, it does get better. And that is what we need to teach our children from the very beginning, from when they are in kindergarten. I mean, I think we are born pretty happy babies, and then we get fucked up. So I've taken it upon myself to start something called Get Your Wellness On, because we need to get our wellness on, and we need to learn how to become aware of ourselves. And as we learn self-awareness, we become empowered. Whether we are gay or straight or old or whatever we are, really, honestly. I mean, I'm not gay, so I don't know what it's like to be gay, but I know what it's like to be depressed and to have lost my own will to live because of stuff that happens in life. So I would like and I would like your help. I would like to, you to work with me as well. I'm starting a project called Community Love, which follows from the Get Your Wellness On Fair that we held in Washington Square Park a few weeks ago, where we taught meditation classes in the park. It was quite cool. And yoga and alternative healing and sport, hula hooping, can you hula hoop? That's, I tried doing that. It's almost like a meditation, and you lose weight, so I'm going to practice that. And I would like to do, and we saved a life. A woman was on her way to kill herself. She was going to take her sleeping pills and then jump in the river. Luckily, one of our Reiki healers got hold of her. Anyway, the long and the short of it is that she gave us her sleeping tablets, and we are keeping an eye on her. So I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to help in that way. And as somebody said to me, we need a lot more of this. So I've written to Mayor Giuliani. I write to everybody. If I think of a name, I just try to write to them. And I want to start doing this kind of thing on a regular basis. So if anybody wants to help me with that, work in communities, maybe, I don't know, I haven't got the whole thing figured out yet, but the idea is to bring yoga, to bring meditation, to bring alternative healing, to bring self-empowerment to people, and to bring love and healing, because that's what this is all about. At the end of the day, we are all one, and we need to look at that. We need to look at all that unites us, not that divides us, and that is how things get better. That is how we get our wellness on. Now, I brought a very, 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 very special friend of mine. This is Bruno, who was Andrew's very best friend from when he was one year old, and then as he got ready to go to college, he gave him to me because Bruno is a writer like me, so we sort of understand each other. And Neil said how the universe works. The universe is amazing, and we just have to be open and listen to it. But I got a message from my son through the mother of another NYU student who sent me a long email ending with a quote that came from one of one of our favorite books from Winnie the Pooh. And I would like to end with this here. Because it's something that we all need to remember. I mean, you all know Winnie the Pooh, right? Yeah. I mean, I hope your mother and father read it to you, or we've read them a lot. Anyway, and Winnie the Pooh is Christopher Robin's beloved teddy bear, and my son was a real Christopher Robin. There comes a time, like it does in everybody's life, when you have to go away. And Christopher Robin was going away to school, so he had to tell his best friend, Winnie the Pooh, that, they were going to be apart. And so Christopher Robin, after explaining to Winnie the Pooh that he was going away, he said, and I would like to say this to you, as I say to myself, as my son reminded me, promise me you'll always remember you are braver than you believe, and stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. I hope you remember that. I will be traveling on this road until the job is done or I die, whichever comes first. I'm here for everybody. My son may have gone, but I see him in everybody who needs help, who needs a hug. So come, if you need a hug, I'll come and I'll give you a hug. And I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to seeing more lives saved. And let's get suicide out of the closet and break the silence on suicide. Please come to my website and sign the petition to break the silence. Thank you. God bless and have a good evening.